Okay. So what was the message? Man, I've not, so I've been sitting on a message for the past week or so. The message started to reveal itself, and it's actually quite a simple message. And it is that you're a lot farther than you think. And as long as you keep reminding yourself of your intention, of your focus, your vision, that even if you get a little distracted, everyday life, there are a lot of things happening. And so even if you get a little bit sidetracked and you forget your vision, that you've been learning how to trust yourself even more. You've been learning how to trust your intuition even more. You've been learning how to pause a bit more. Because the people who are connecting to this message, and to me, because I'm going through all of this with you guys differently, maybe at different timelines chronologically. So whenever you find this video, trust that this message is for you. But essentially, there's a missing piece of the puzzle. And you're putting together this puzzle. I think there's something that you've been working on. Okay, well, sorry, so many messages. So let me backtrack for just a second here. Because if you are connecting with me and my energy, hi, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm Vanessa, welcome if you're new. Queen of Wands, right? So a lot of fire energy, a lot of Aries energy. And Aries can be at times a bit impulsive, a bit quick to jump into action. Often with luck, there's a lot of spirit connected with Aries energy and Queen of Wands, fire, spirit, right? So water is emotions, the earth is the pentacles, or the 3D reality, or the earth suit, air is mind, it's communication, it's information, intellect, right? Everything has a different element and energy and connection. And so if you're connecting to this message, sorry that there's so many tangents here and I haven't sat down to record in a hot minute. So much going on. This eclipse season was so powerful. In short, what I'm trying to say is that you've been learning how to actually slow down and not just knee-jerk reaction into things. And I'm not saying that maybe that's what you do all the time. Maybe for some of us, that has been an MO, a mode of operation for a long time. And regardless, you're really learning how to slow down and stop and pay attention and observe. And so the message that I've been sitting on this week, as I've literally been putting together a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. I'm also finishing up the last readings that I have left for the donation readings. So if you're waiting on that, 333 on the clock. Divine timing's always in play, and I apologize. The eclipse season was so crazy. So this past week, I have been, I'm in a different state, mentally, emotionally, but literally, I'm in a different state in the United States. I'm in the Pacific Northwest right now. And, I've essentially had a think week. So much has been transforming, and in really challenging ways and really amazing ways too. Very much different things, lots of different topics. So there's so much going on that I think you've been feeling the intuitive nudge to be a lot more skillful, wise, slow to react, quick to make a decision about what your vision is, right? And not to be impulsive there, but to decide what the vision is. What is it that you want to see for your life? I have not even seen a card yet. All of this is channeled message. As I've been putting together this 1,000-piece puzzle that I thought I'm like, I'll get this done in like 3 days. Because it is a thing in my family, visiting family. It's definitely a thing for us to put together jigsaw puzzles. So there are many to choose from that I've really never even put together. And I chose one of Cinque Terre. So maybe Italy has been on your mind, or maybe there's some Italian. Maybe you're eating Italian food. That's very specific for like 1 or 2 people. That's not going to apply for everybody. That's really weird. But hey. I've been putting together this jigsaw puzzle. I thought that it would take me just a few days. I actually pulled out 3 different puzzles that I would do over this like week and a half that I'm here. And this one puzzle has taken me a week. And it's so beautiful with all the different colored houses on the hills, cliffside. All these different colored houses and the ocean, and it's at sunset, and it's just so visually beautiful and stunning, and I've really enjoyed putting it all together. But the whole time I've been putting this puzzle together, because I've been thinking about these readings and this channel and my life and this direction that I want to go in, that I've already known that I want to go in for a long time, right? So there's something that you've been piecing together for a while. This is not brand new. And the eclipse season eclipsed out some things. And it could have been some things that you actually enjoyed. But throughout the turmoil that was September of 2025 with the eclipses, at least for me, and I hope for you as well, it clarified the path. It really put a spotlight on the direction to go in. And there were just so many different things all shifting around magically, suddenly, all at the same time. That it was a lot to handle. I've been very stressed out. Like literally to the point of like, my heart just feeling like it's like palpitating. And like off rhythm for a while. So I've been regulating. It's been really nice. And again, I'm a little bit like rusty, so forgive me if this is a little all over the place. But like the point of this message, and almost 8 minutes in, not that bad, is that you actually are so much further along than you really even consciously think that you are. Yet at the same time, I think that you know that you're really far along. There's this intuitive nudge that you are paying attention to. And as I put this puzzle together this past week, I don't know about you if you put together jigsaw puzzles, but it's common for anyone who I put a jigsaw puzzle together with that you focus first on finding all the edges so that you connect and you make the outline of, it's usually like most puzzles are a rectangle. Not all, but most. And so usually we find all of the edge pieces first and then focus just on creating the border of the puzzle. Then take all the rest of the pieces and start filling it in. Well, with this puzzle, there was one edge piece missing and I could not find it. And I just kept putting the puzzle together. And the whole time I kept going like, I really hope this piece isn't actually missing. Like but whatever, like just keep going. So I would reorganize the pieces and then look again because I knew the certain like colors that this edge piece needed to be. And I searched again, couldn't find it, kept putting the puzzle together. Finally, I only about 50 pieces left. So it's a 1,000-piece puzzle. So I have like a fifth of the puzzle left. I've done like 95% of this puzzle. Is my math right? Yeah. And there it is. And I found it. And this is like days of me thinking that this piece has to be missing. And I found it. and I put the border together, and it was there the entire time. I probably looked at this piece 100 times without realizing it was the missing edge piece. And the whole time I'm putting this puzzle together, I'm actually starting to question, like, am I enjoying this? Because it was the trickiest puzzle too. It was the trickiest puzzle. There would be pieces that would be nearly the exact same shape and they would fit in. But then a different edge that would show up on the puzzle, like some other puzzle piece needing to fit in there, they wouldn't match up. And then I'd struggle to take it back out. And then I'd put it one thing over and it would just boop right in place. And that happened so many times. It was a tricky puzzle. It was a puzzle that the whole time I was like, am I enjoying this? This feels tedious. This is the most challenging puzzle I've ever done. I'm like second guessing, like, should I have picked this puzzle? Maybe I should have done another one. And I'm the type of person where when things like that are happening, or really anything throughout my day, I'm also reflecting on that as a message from Spirit. 11:11 on the clock when I said that. And so the whole time I'm like, God, this feels like a metaphor for what's going on in my life right now. And it's just, things feel like they fit into place. They appear, it looks visually like all the colors and patterns kind of match up. But then the further along you go, you realize like, oh, that piece does not belong there. And then you go to like take it out and it's a little bit of a struggle. And then you find a spot, actually not that far away from it, and it just like goes right in place. So I finally last night finished this puzzle. It took me so much longer to do. And every time I put a piece into the right position, it was so satisfying. And at the end, I felt really accomplished as far as like puzzle putting together goes. And again, I was just looking at it like a metaphor. And last night when I was finishing it up, there is in fact still a missing piece. It's in the ocean. So take that however that resonates. But the main point that I'm taking away from this, and the main point that I'm really trying to get across in this shorter, just channeled message reading, is, and I'm very, very strongly being guided to pull a card, so I will. But basically, like, the point is, you're putting it together. And not everything is as it appears. But you're learning how to now not only match things up based off of like colors and patterns, but now you're also learning how to like really look at shapes. That's a message for someone. But throughout this process, you're so much further along than you consciously are letting yourself like really acknowledge. And so it's good to listen to those intuitive nudges as you are doing, and to continue to allow yourself to still rest while being in this transformative limbo state and also creative process. So let's see what the card is. I'm using angel guidance. So it's just oracle cards here. Actually, let me clear that puppy. It's been a while. Let's see what's going on here. So there's just a missing piece, but you can still see the whole picture. So it's about divine timing and allowing yourself to not think that you can actually predict the time frame around this. It's kind of like a day-by-day process as well. It's like a daily, every day you're taking account of things, and you're also recording things, and you're reflecting on things, and you're analyzing things, but you're also listening and not acting. There's a lot happening, and you might be in a bit more of a hermit mode at this time, or feel like it really, really strongly urged to be in more solitude, because there's just so much shifting that you're trying to like kind of wrap your head around. And I think that At times, some of us can like really try to figure it all out when all that needs to happen is maybe like take a nap, right? Or just rest and relax and let the idea come to you. If you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. That's nice. That's nice. So you could feel a little bit stressed out or anxious around like this next chapter because it is looking different. I think you've also been presented with a lot of different opportunities, and some of them are beginnings of old loops that you've already gone through, and you see it. You're like at the start. Oh my gosh, why am I saying Mario Kart? Mario Kart 64. And if you played, and if you haven't, I'm so sorry for you. Oh, you're missing out. But if you're playing, whether you're doing it by yourself and you're doing it like with all the computer game people or computer game people, whatever, or you're playing with people and you have multiple controllers, super fun that way, right? Any of it's fun. Mario Kart, super fun. Regardless, my point, you have 3 laps, right? And like each time you pass the start line again, it's like, and it tells you like second lap or like whatever, or like final lap. And then it's like the music gets more intense, you have to like circle through this same thing 3 times. By the 3rd lap, you kind of know what to expect. You've maybe even stumbled upon like a secret passage or something cool, right? But when you get back to that start line, which is also the finish line, it's a loop. It's a racetrack. The metaphor I'm speaking here of is that you have definitely started to recognize when you're approaching the finish / start line again on a track that you're no longer interested in driving. You're over it. Does that make sense? So, as you recognize these different opportunities presented to you, and that some of them are actually re-initiations into old patterns, that you're like, oh, no, thank you. I choose differently, because, and there's a lot of past life lessons being learned here, and probably karma being closed out, and abundance mindset. These are things that you've had to work through in order to really truly allow yourself to become even more aligned and to flow even more, to manifest even more, to create even more, to channel even more. And so as you are realizing that you have all these options and things are changing, and there could be temptations to go back to old patterns that look new and shiny, but you know where it leads to. You can't be fooled by that anymore, in a way. Like that is a storyline that's involved in this. There's so many storylines happening. So I think you're being really called to go inward at this time and to reflect a lot more and to observe and listen and to think. And that if you get anxious or stressed out, because clearly things are transforming and changing and shifting, then if you get nervous, it's to focus on service. There's just one piece missing. And it actually doesn't even like matter. There's one piece missing. Things don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, picture perfect, whatever. But you see the picture, you see the vision. You don't have to know every specific detail, but you actually have spent so much time working through this like a puzzle that you've gotten so familiar with the details and you've been reflecting consistently. Whatever you've been working on for what feels like a very long time. Like this is years, if not decade plus. You know exactly what you're doing. Oh, third eye chakra came up. Ooh, on top of no more complaining. Sorry. That's something I've been thinking about lately. Not that I've been complaining, I've just been thinking recently about how there's a situation where like I'm definitely am not complaining about it. But in the past I would have. And I've noticed that. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm just saying like that's why I had that reaction. Thanks, Spirit. So what's happening now is that you are really, really learning to tune into your third eye and your inner knowing and your vision and holding true. It's like believing to see instead of seeing to believe. And instead of using your visual, 3D eyes, seeing what's happening in this world, lots to complain about. But misery loves company. And complaining brings people down. It truly does. It feels good in the moment for the person complaining. It feels like venting. It feels like getting it out, getting the energy out. But it takes other people down, right? So you're learning how to actually use your third eye to see things and to create the vision again, right? It's safe for you to see the energy of love in all of its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. So there's so much spiritual growth happening for this collective, and it's just so wonderful. It's like wonderful to be a part of. If like I can finish that sentence, truly is what I was thinking. And it is wonderful. I'm not that person to really like judge it, but my 3D human, way of thinking about it, yeah, I think that's wonderful. Ascended Masters, you have a lot of guides around you. You have so many guides around you. Powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over you and guiding you. Who do we have? Lots. Kuan Yin, Buddha, Jesus. I don't even know all of these. I don't know all of these beautiful Ascended Masters. But it's a beautiful card. Lots of light channeling through you. You could truly be focusing so much on your spiritual practices at this time. Man, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Speaking to a lot of really amazing spiritual people here. Thanks for being here. Like if you like. Comment on how this is applying to you. Sorry. Yeah. And subscribe if you are new and would like to subscribe. We have obstacles and blocks are lifted. With donations, tithing, and charitable work, and cooperation instead of competition. This card comes up so much here. Cooperation instead of competition, as well as giving, right? So like cooperating and tithing and giving and being of service, these things help to transmute whatever's been blocking you. I think that that's good. Yeah, I pulled a lot of cards actually there at the end. It's a beautiful message. I really hope that this helps you guys. Sorry I've been missing for a little bit, but life happens. So I'm here. Happy to be here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.